Shalom, shalom, shalom wa ahava mishpachah. Peace and love, family, peace and love. Shalom to the whole house of Yasharel and the house of Yehuda throughout the four corners of the earth, wherever we've been driven to the lands of our captivities. Hallelujah. Shalom, shalom. Mishaki, Nerea ben Yahunde, Nerea ben Yahuda ben Yasharel. Hallelujah. Coming at you with another little short segment, expressing myself for all those who have ears to hear and who want to take a hold of this truth while the men of Yasharel, the Kodashim, the saints, are blowing the shofar and sending out the warning sounds to our people as they come up on their last chances in order to get back to the favor of the Most High. Because things looking bad out here right now, Mishpachah. And today, I want to talk about a couple of women in our community. And before I do that, let me do a disclaimer. First of all, to all my Akoti, all my sisters throughout the four corners of the earth, all my daughters of Zion who love their husbands, who are mothers to their children, who respect, love, and honor the Father and the Son Yahushua HaMashiach, and who wish the best for their men returning to the household, returning to the family, rebuilding the nuclear family, strengthening up the so-called Black and African American man and the Israelites throughout the four corners of the earth. I want to say, Toda Rabba Lekah. Thank you very much to all my sisters. And anything that I have to say today more than likely will not offend you or affect you. But to those of you who wear this size shoe that I'm about to pull out this box, some of what I say in this little short 7-8 minutes might kick you slam in the chest. Because here we go. Let me take a sip of my yayin. Calm my nerve. All right, boom. Let's go. So as we know, they had a grand jury ruling yesterday on the Trap Queen Breonna Taylor case. Okay. Now, those of us who have any sense and know anything about this country, we told y'all from the beginning how this was gonna go. A family was gonna get a check, want no cops going to jail. Okay. Then when you heard the details of the case, you knew good and well want no cops going to jail. Breonna was going to jail that night. Okay. Y'all need to just face the facts. All of this emotion, y'all being controlled by the Democrats. They using y'all, triggering y'all emotions because we are a female-driven, matriarchal society, especially here within the so-called Black community. See, and because we've been coerced into worshiping the Black woman, you got idiots like Polite and Sarnetta and anybody else out here talking about the Black woman is God and all this other foolishness. You see what I'm saying? When they came in with the welfare check and took the man out the house and replaced the man with a welfare check, see, we've been coerced into worshiping the female spirit. And those of us who are in the house of Yasharel, those of us who believe in the context of the Bible, we know we ain't supposed to. We're supposed to look at the world through the eyes of the Elohim. Okay? And we come from a patriarchal society. See, but because they have done that to us, today's modern so-called Black and African American male is very effeminized. That's why you can convince them to go out here and wear skirts and skinny jeans with their booties hanging out. And why they can just get triggered and lose their calm and lose control when somebody triggers their emotions. See? Because they're worshiping a feminine spirit. See? This is the problem within our community. Now, we looking and we pointing the finger at everything and everybody, but ain't nobody coming straight down the middle and saying what the biggest problem is in the fact that the Black man, the so-called Black man, the Israelite man, the so-called African-American man need to man up, stand up, and get back at the head of his table and stop being ruled by these women. You understand? Now, a lot of stuff that I'm about to say gonna feel like I'm kicking you in the chest. You understand? Because most of us have been raised up in this society where grandmama say, she don't need a man. Mama say she don't want a man. Then you got a bunch of half of men out here that don't want to be a man. Huh? This is what we dealing with. And women like Joy Reid, MSNBC, Sophia Nelson, and Cheryl Dorsey. These are the kind of women that are actually the problem. Now, these kind of women to go and call a brother like Daniel Cameron and Tim Scott. Now, mind you, these two men are compromised because they are married to Gentiles. And me in the house of Yisrael, I do not feel that it is wise for us to have people who are in compromising marriages to be our leaders because they are compromised. They can't just be all about us when they married into the other family. Okay? But outside of that, these women will paint a picture of men like Daniel Cameron and Tim Scott like they sell out Uncle Tom's. When these men, other than their marriage choices, be coming straight down the middle with what need to be fixed in the so-called Black and African American community. But they will get up there and say they're Uncle Tom, they coons. Charles Dorsey had the nerve to say all skin folk ain't kinfolk. When what you trying to do? Get me to go vote for a man who got amnesia and a colored woman because she ain't black. See what I'm saying? She ain't black. She caught a coon. You see what I'm saying? She's a quadroon, a biracial. You see what I'm saying? You trying to get me to go vote for the cop Kamala, heels up Harris. That's what we need to call her, heels up Harris, because she screwed her way to the top. And Joe Biden. You gonna call these two men and anybody who thinking outside of the box who ain't fitting into your left-wing liberal narrative. You gonna try to write them off as coons and sellouts. Well, look at me, call me a coon and a sellout, and I be if I'm going to vote for any Democrat, when I know that it was the Democrats that tried to keep me in slavery, when I know that it was the Democrats that made the deal in 1877 and convinced the federal government to remove the armies from out of the South after the Civil War and brought in Jim Crow and brought in the black codes. You understand? I know that was the Democrats. And I know that it was the Democrats when Lyndon B. Johnson said, when they was about to give the Negroes fair chances to vote, he said we got to give them something. So they took the black man out and replaced it with a welfare check. And Lyndon B. Johnson said, I have these Negroes voting Democratic for 200 years. I'll give them so much free stuff. And then these women, Joy Reid, Sophia A. Nelson, Cheryl Dorsey, you see what I'm saying? Heels up Harris. You understand? These women want you, gonna call you a coon and gonna call you a sellout, gonna say you ain't kinfolk for thinking for yourself and saying, I'm doing what's best for me and my family, because those issues that them people got over there with that Kool-Aid color hair and talking about destroying the nuclear family and trying to read books to my children by drag queens, you know what I'm saying, in libraries and bringing and trying to make it regular in the public school system to have children reading books like Jacob's Dress. See what I'm saying? They are actually the problem. You understand? They are the problem. And until we come straight down the middle, we're going to keep having problems as long as we got bed wenches like Joy Reid, Sophia Nelson, Cheryl Dorsey, and all them other black Greeks that took oaths to them sororities and them fraternities that are in bed with our natural born enemies. As long as we being led by them, as long as they bringing in these colored folks, like Barack Obama, he's a colored man. He ain't no black man. He ain't connected to slavery. Kamala Harris is a colored woman. She ain't no Israelite. She ain't no black. She ain't connected to slavery. See what I'm saying? That's all a trick they doing to y'all to make y'all feel like something is going on and somebody doing something for y'all, when in all actuality, they ain't nothing but a bed wenching and a bunch of bootlickers that's leading you straight to the slaughterhouse and the prison house. And with that, Mishpachah, I'm going to say shalom, 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 wa ahava. Peace and love. Stay woke, stay strong. Kumar, Yisrael, Kwam, Yasharal. Hallelujah. Shalom, 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 family.